There's nothing quite like fishing. The water is teeming with life, from the shoreline all the way to the depths of the ocean. Whether it's so-called trash fish like the saltwater catfish, or the prized hard-fighting sailfish, I'm a guy who loves feeling a tug at the end of my line. Join me in some of my many fishing adventures, and maybe you might even try bringing an unexpected catch home for dinner. Welcome to the Catfish Channel. Yeah. You're fine, I cast over you, so by the time you bring it in. Get one? Yeah, you did. Okay. All right. I think he's big enough. Yeah, he's big enough. Good job. So here we are, we managed to catch 2 Spanish mackerel that were of the legal size. This one's right here at a little over 12, and this one's 14 here. Got a couple others, but they were all small and got cut off by some much bigger ones. So what we're going to do is we're going to fillet these guys out, and we're going to make fish tacos out of them. Now Spanish mackerel are probably some of the easiest fish to clean. They don't have a whole lot of bones, they don't have any spikes or anything like that, and the meat is soft, the skin is super soft too. So yeah, probably if you haven't tried cleaning fish before, Spanish mackerel is a great one to start on. So all you need to do is take your knife and make a little incision right behind the pectoral flipper there, and just turn your knife, and right along the backbone, just take that knife, and just go right down there, and there you go, there's a fillet. Right there, easy. It doesn't get any easier than that. We're just going to go to the other side, do the same thing, making sure we ride that backbone, that way we get as much meat off of here as we can. Alright, and there you have your fillets there. Break him down. Let me see, it's got we're just going to take the knife here, kind of trim off the ribs and the stomach lining. We don't want any of that. And they do have some small pin bones that run down about half the length of the fillet. So just take your fingers and just kind of feel along there. Feel those pin bones. Take your knife, kind of go on both sides of that, kind of making a V shape, but not cutting through the skin. And then you can just take, grab it, and just peel it right off. You'll hear a lot of noise going on right now. My apartment complex is currently going under renovations. They're redoing the roof at the moment, so I apologize for that noise. One thing that is a little bit tricky with the Spanish mackerel is that they do have a very soft skin, as I was mentioning earlier, so it can be kind of difficult to skin them without cutting through the skin. But other than that, you're going to skin them like you would any other fish. You're going to start at the base here, and then take your knife, just kind of run down, grabbing the skin to kind of give you a little bit of a leverage as you work that knife down the fillet. And you see got little bits there that you can trim off later, but yeah, super soft skin, so super easy to cut through, so just watch for that while you're skinning these guys. Anyways, I'm going to finish up this other mackerel here, finish trimming them up, and then we'll get to cooking them. Okay, so we have our Spanish mackerel fillets here. What we're going to do is we're going to cut them into little pieces. So I'm just going to cut these down the middle, and we're just going to chunk them. I've already removed all the bones and all that. So we'll cut these in little pieces, we'll put them in some cornstarch and all that and get them ready to fry up. I'm going to go ahead and hit the button again. So we've diced up the Spanish mackerel fillets in these little cubes here. And I'm just going to take an egg, I'm going to crack the egg, put that in there. And adding to that, we got 1/4 cup of cornstarch. So we'll just dump that in there. And then we'll just use our hands. Yes, our hands, to mix it all up. It's kind of gross, but it works the best, I promise. So we've got it all battered up and all mixed up, so we've got our oil nice and hot now, so we're just going to put all these Spanish mackerel chunks into the oil here. Be very careful so you don't burn yourself. We'll probably do about 2 batches of this so we don't overcrowd the pan. So just cook the batches here until they're kind of a very light golden brown, because we're just going to, once we get the other batch fried up, we're going to add them back to refry them and get them really, really crispy. So we're going to drain these on a paper towel to get rid of all that excess oil. And we'll fry the second batch up here. So our fish is all cooked through, but you can see that the exterior is not very crisp, and that's okay because we've got the oil heated up just a little hotter, and we're going to refry it. So we're just going to add the Spanish mackerel back into the oil. We're just going to refry it for a couple minutes. So we're not going to fry it for too long. We're just going to see how it's getting a nice darker color. It's getting nice and crispy. So actually that looks good. So we're going to go ahead and remove it and then drain it on the paper towels again. So here we've got our Spanish mackerel. So I prepared the sauce earlier. This is the Copycat Bang Bang Shrimp Sauce. It's just a 1/2 cup mayo, 1/4 cup of sweet chili sauce, and a couple squirts of sriracha. So we're going to transport all of the Spanish mackerel into a bowl. We're going to cover it with the sauce. We're just going to toss it in the sauce until all the Spanish mackerel is covered with it. So now that we've got the mackerel all coated with that sauce, we're just going to put it in a tortilla with some lettuce and call it a day. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and remember